Hey, it's John Madel with another episode of the Porch Show. I have a story for you from college that is a little ridiculous. So I lived in Dayton because I went to the University of Dayton, and I heard about a keg party, whatever, that was going to happen one night, like a Saturday night or whatever. So I told a bunch of my Cincinnati friends to come visit. I said, hey, you guys can stay at my apartment or whatever. So me and about, I don't know, maybe 10 of my friends go to this keg party. My Cincinnati friends, they drove up from Cincinnati. So, like I said, we're at this keg party. We're all doing keg stands, which is just like when people hold you up over the keg and you drink as much as you can, and then you like kick your legs and then they set you down or whatever. So, you know, I'm a big guy or whatever, and my friends decide they want me to do a keg stand. So, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, you know, that'll be great. So, it takes about 6 of my friends, and they hoist me up to do a keg stand. So I'm up in the air, and they flip me over the keg, and I fall on my ass. I hit my leg on the keg, and I bust my leg open. There's like a, you know, a cut or a scratch or whatever. So I bust my leg open on the keg, and so we're drinking there all night, and my apartment was probably 10 or 15 miles from, 10 or 15 minutes from UD's campus. So we decide we're going to leave. Like, none of us should have been driving, but I drove, and then one of my other friends drove. It was like, there was a carload of guys in my car, and then like a carload of girls following me back to my apartment. So there was a Taco Bell like 1 block away from my apartment. So we decide we're going to get some food before we go to my apartment. So we're in the drive-through line at Taco Bell, and the friends in my car decide that they're going to start throwing garbage at our friend's car behind us in the drive-through line. You know, it's all fun and games. We're all drunk. We're having fun. So we get our food. We pull out a Taco Bell. And apparently a cop had been watching the whole thing. And somehow he gets both cars to pull over. He pulls us both over. Like 1 street away from my apartment. So I'm in front and my friend's car's behind me. The cop comes up to my window. I'm freaking out because I'm thinking I'm going to get a DUI. And my leg's bleeding, whatever. So the cop's like, hey, what do you guys been up to? And all my guy friends in my car are like acting so crazy and wild. And I don't know where it came from. It just came out of my mouth. I was just like, I'm the designated driver for all these people. And I'm like trying to hide the leg wound from the keg. And the cop asked me for my license. He checked my license. He gave it back to me. He goes back to the car behind me. And he checks their license. He comes back up to my window and he's like, well, I can tell that you're the most sober out of everyone here. I'll just wait for that asshole to go by. So the cop was like, well, you're obviously the most sober person out of everyone, so I'm going to tell the girls to park their car And the whole time I'm like, I live like right there. Like, I live one street away. We're just trying to get to my apartment to go to sleep or whatever. So he's like, you're obviously the most sober out of everyone, so I'm going to tell the girls to park their car, and I want you to drop your guy friends off at your apartment, and then come and pick up the girlfriends from this like little shopping center or whatever. And so that's the time I said I was a designated driver, when I definitely was not. I dropped the guys off. I went, picked the girls up. We all went back to the apartment. We kept drinking, and like, good thing the cop did not check the trunk, because we had like tons of alcohol in the trunk. And about 4 in the morning, we drive back to the girls' car, and we take all the. We had more alcohol, so we take all the alcohol out of the trunk and bring it back to my apartment and keep drinking. So that's the time, like I said, when I said I was a designated driver. So I got away with one there. Keep looking for videos. I try to think of more stories that are not too horrible to share on here. I have my own channel that's doing pretty well on YouTube. I just call it The Porch Show, or John Madel The Porch Show. I also have a book that I wrote a couple years ago. It's called Millions Like Me, My Struggle with Mental Illness. Keep staying tuned, and I'll keep bringing you some episodes. Thanks for watching.